Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of the
Latin
Latin
voices.
voices.
Oh, that was another one.
All music for a Thursday.
So, hi everyone, and happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday. So today we are here on Latin Voices for another topic with to share with you guys. So, what is the topic for today?
So the topic for today is clarity and commitment. How to stay focused on your vision. It's really important. So let's dig in, and we're going to give our opinions and our thoughts about it.
Yes. But before we dive into our topic, let's introduce ourselves. So, hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but I currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by professional, original from Cuba. I live in Ontario, Canada. I'm also a business owner and a mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, but I live in North Carolina, USA. I am a former educational assistant. I am a wife, a mother of three, a grandmother of two, and I'm also a proud digital business owner and a mentor.
Yeah, thank you, Jessie. Thank you, Isabel. We also want to remind everyone that every Tuesday and every Thursday we have our live webinars. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register for the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons. So one for Tuesday and one for Thursday, because those are the days that we have our live webinar. And it happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. So you can choose either one or register for both. The second link that you get there is the replay for the of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Um, you also probably wondering, okay, so I register into the website with my name and email address, then I register for the live webinar. So what am I going to see on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to learn how our online business plan works, and also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who are actually, because it's Anaya, who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar.
Okay, so if you're ready to learn more about this amazing business plan, don't forget to register on one of the websites on the screen. As Sandy said, today we have a live session at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And our host today is Elena. She's a job quitter now and a full time mom. She used to have a full time job, but thanks to this business, she is a job quitter and a full time mom. We also have Remedios. She's a full time care manager. Lori is a digital business owner, and Meg is a contractor.
Okay, we also have Maria. She's an officer, manager, realtor. Serene, hospital professional. And we also have Prativa, a nurse educator. So all these people are going to be on a live webinar today. Remember, May 15, 5 p.m. PDT or 8 p.m. Eastern time, okay? So if you want to get inspired and learn about the online space and start your own business, the only thing you have to do is register with your name and email, and you will get access to our live webinar. Remember today and learn.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jessie. We also want to remind everyone that our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And if you're catching the replay of the live webinar, the replay has subtitles in several languages. All right, so let's dive into our topic for today. There you go. So what is our topic for today?
Yeah, our topic for today is clarity and commitment, how to stay focused on your vision. So that's what it takes. You have to stay focused, but you need to have that clarity and also be committed to achieving your vision.
Yeah. So question for you. So have you ever felt like your dream is getting blurry? Like you're doing 100 things, but not really moving forward? I think we all have been there. Let us tell you something. You don't have a discipline problem. What you have is a clarity problem. So that's the issue. It's not the discipline too much. It's about the clarity. Because when your vision is clear, your actions become intentional. And when you stay committed, even the hard days can shake you. Okay. So, what are we going to be talking today?
Okay, so today in Latin Voices, we're talking about how to gain clarity and stay committed so you can finally create the life and the business you are seeing in your heart and you're seeing in your mind.
Yes, and we have a comment here from Joseph Gitashani. So he say hi. Hi,
Hi,
Joseph.
Hello.
Thank you
Joseph.
for watching. Thank you for your comment. And we also have a like emoji from Maddox Man Sonfi. So thank you for your heart, your
Thank
like
Thank
you.
emoji.
you.
Okay, so let's be real. Okay, so life is busy. We all get it. We all have a busy life. So there's work, there's family, there's social media distractions every 5 seconds, which is normal. So you start your week with big goals, but by midweek you're off track, you're overwhelmed, you're asking yourself, where do I even start? Okay, so the solution to this is clarity and commitment. Okay, so not just working harder, but working smarter and with purpose. So let's break it down. So what are the points that we're going to be talking today?
Okay, today's points. Point number one, clarity creates direction. Number two, commitment builds momentum. And number three, review, refocus, and repeat.
Yes, so let's start with our first point.
Okay, our first point is clarity creates direction. Okay, so this is really important. You can hit a target you can see. Isn't that right? If you're not clear about where you're going, you will chase every opportunity and burn out. So if you don't know what you want, you are not clear your path, you don't know what you want on life, you're just going to go for different paths, and never achieving something. You will, at the end, you will like be born out saying, oh my gosh, this is not for me. And you will just give up because you don't know where you're going. It's too much on your mind. So if you have clarity, if you have a goal, something you can see, you can make it happen. Okay, so let's ask ourselves, what do I really want? That's the first question that we should ask. Do I want to live longer? Do I want to have money? Do I want to spend time with my family? Do I want to buy a house? Do I want to buy a car? Do I want to travel? Let's ask ourselves these questions so we know what are we lacking. We know what we want. Okay? Is it time? Is it freedom? Is it a 4-figure month? Impact, peace. What do you want? That's our first question to you. Just ask yourself, what do you want? I know what I want. I want to be financial, have financial stability, because everything is like we're living at this point paycheck to paycheck, so I don't want that, and then having that will be able to travel around the world. And of course, one of the things I started business was because I want to retire my mom, so what do you want? That's the first question, get it specific, just write it down, put a book, in a piece of paper, put it on your fridge. What do you want? Okay, create a vision board. Visualize it daily. This is something that I learned, guys. In this business, they always were talking about a mindset and vision board, and I was like, yeah, I want this, I want that, but I want it all. And I never was clear for myself what I really want. I never made, I never made a vision board before. So I was already 2 years on the business. I already was like talking about mindset. I was like, oh yeah, vision board, but I never made one. So I think it was Sandy that asked me, Jesse, did you create your vision board? I'm like, maybe. But like I never did it. So I wasn't clear. I wasn't see it. I knew I wanted, but if I don't see it, I will not hear it. I will not get it. I want to move a little forward on my business. I want to found and connect with 5 people. I would just put on your vision board and learn that. And doing that, I see them becoming more focused on it. Before I was like a the butterfly from floor to floor, but now I'm more focused on it. So this is something that I learned from this business, and I'm telling you, there. I'm telling you. I think I mute myself. I'm telling you, just do it. Do a vision board, write it down. Okay, visualize it daily. Put it in a place that you can see it every day. Okay, say no to things that doesn't align with your goals. Say no to the things that doesn't align with what you want or what you see. Okay, it's not moving. Is that what is happening? If you say no, nothing will happen, because that is not moving you closer for what you want. Remember, it can be a distraction. Okay, let's go for an example that we have here. When I got clear on why I started this business, to create a life with freedom and purpose, I stopped comparing and starting aligning my actions. This is really important. I think we have talked about this in other life if you follow us before. It's not good comparison, and that's something that I struggle with, because I born we all, like, I always will compare to other people, like saying about like you need the best mark better than this person, like this person is doing better than you, so you need to move forward. So I always was trying to compare, but I learned that it's not comparing, because we don't know what other people are on the life. is it's seeing your goal. Just make sure you're seeing yourself, because we focus on too much seeing what other people are doing or achieving or saying, that we forgot about ours, and our life go past, and we never get to live those things, because we were so focused on what other people were achieving or what other people were doing, and we never focus on our target. We never focus on what we want. Okay, when your vision is clear, your energy knows where to go. So this is really important. So I hope so I give you a little bit of insights. Isa?
Yeah. Thank you, Jesse. Um, this is very clear, right? When it says clarity creates direction, you can't hit a target you can see, and that is so true. I don't know if you guys, are into anything like that, sports or even other things where you have to shoot a target. If you can't see it, you're not going to hit it. And it's the same thing with our goals, right? If you don't have a vision for your goal, you're not going to achieve it. You're not going to get to it because you're not clear on what you want. So that's very important. And always ask yourself, I think when I was working in corporate, I never asked myself, what do I really want? And if I did, I was always thinking of things I could easily achieve, things that I could get. And I never set goals where I had to really work for them, and I had to stay persistent every day, and seeing myself achieving that goal. So it's very important to know, what do you want from life? Where do you see yourself in a month, in 2 months, in a year, in 3 years? So you have to know that. Is it freedom? Is it a 4-figure month? Impact, peace? And if you ask me, like Jesse said, I want it all, right? But to achieve that, I have to put in the work. I have to know, okay, how is it that I'm going to get that? What do I have to do today to get closer to that goal? So you have to take actions. Like you can't just say you want something and not do anything to achieve it. And then get a specific. You have to write it down. And this is something else I never did before, write down my goals or create a vision board. And, some of you, if you're not into that, you may be thinking as well, like, why is that going to help me? Well, let me tell you why. When you write it down, you're taking the time to write down what you want. And when you put writing, when you're connecting your pen to a paper, you are engraving that in your brain and in your heart that that's what you want. And when you have that vision board, that you see what you want every day, that vibration, every time you see it, your brain is going to think like, oh yeah, we want this, right? And it brings it to life. Like it makes you have that passion for that goal, and it's going to push you to keep going to make it happen, because it's visual, right? When you have a vision board, don't create one and put it, I don't know, somewhere where you're never going to see it. You want to have it visible so that you can see it at least 3 times a day, if not all the time. So that's another tip. And say no to things that don't align, right? And this can be very challenging, at the beginning, because you're used to doing whatever, because you didn't have any goals, right? So you just went wherever they told you to go. And if any friends or family say, hey, let's go, we're going to go party. Okay, let's go. But now, different. If that's not aligning with your goal, if it's not going to help you reach that goal, then the answer is no. Sorry, I can't go, right? Remember, if it's not moving you closer, it's a distraction. And this is the important thing. If it's not getting you closer to your goal, it's just a distraction. So you have to pick and choose. If you're really serious about meeting your goals, you have to stick to the things that will help you get closer to that. And then the example here, when I got clear on why I started this business, to create a life with freedom and purpose, I stopped comparing and started aligning my actions. And it is tricky because I think we all like to compare ourselves, right? And if you see everybody's social media that they post like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, and you're like, how come this is not happening for me? How come I don't see myself doing that? Well, you don't have to compare yourself. You have to start doing the actions. Remember, start doing the things that are going to get you to the things that you want. So just by comparing yourself with somebody else is not really helping you. In fact, it's hurting you. So just focus on what you want, have that clear in your mind of what you want, and then start doing the things that are going to get you closer to that. And when your vision is clear, your energy knows where to go, right? When you have a clear vision, when you have a clear goal, then you know how to get there. You're going to be working towards that. So that's why it says your energy knows where to go, because you're going to focus on that. So that's what I have, Sandy.
Thank you. Okay, so we have a comment here from Eileen Takata. She said, good morning, ladies. Good morning,
Good
Eileen. Thank you for
morning.
watching. Thank you for your
Good
comment.
morning.
And she also said, what you were talking about. She said, great point. Um, and that was about when you were talking about journal, write it down, your goals, and your vision.
Thank you.
Just to
Thank
add
you.
to, sorry, what?
Oh, no. I was telling her thank you
Uh,
for her comment.
um, so just to add to this, to what Jesse and Isabel, because they pretty much explained very well. Um, just to summarize, your vision is your why. And, like in our Zooms meetings that we have in our business, what they say, if your why is not, it doesn't make you cry, then your why is not strong. And you're probably wondering, but why my why is going to make me cry? Why is not that strong? Well, the reason is because if your why doesn't make you cry, it doesn't give you that fuel to keep going. Like, yes, you have a why, okay, your vision, but does it really make you feel like you're gonna start but then you're gonna stop? It's not really giving you that goal, that purpose. But when it makes you cry because you're really working hard, then it makes you go farther. So you really have to write down, your vision. What is it that you really want? What is it? Why are you doing this? Because once you know why you're doing this, it's gonna make you really work hard for it, because you have a purpose. Um, so it's important, to know your vision, your why you're doing it. Um, when they were saying about, the vision board, they write it down, write how. Okay, so I have a vision. I This is what I want to get to, because I want this. So what am I going to do to be able to get there? So those are you have a vision, but then you're going to write it down, the steps, break it down in small steps to get to your vision. um and then, say no to distractions. That's gonna be in our journey. A lot of people are gonna say, hey, let's go out, and you're like, like, you have to, like, either a training or going out. So what do? um or for example, at home, like you're supposed to be checking your business on your phone, and then you go on the phone, and then eventually you're going to social media, and then you're like, oh, scrolling. Come on, I gotta stop. It's so easy to get carried, to get sidetracked by those little distractions. So we have to really be strong, and to say no to those things. So you can keep going on focus on that vision, so you can go into towards that vision. So that's what I'm gonna say, because, like, pretty much Jesse and Isabel, they mentioned a lot of to clarify this point. Okay, so second point.
Okay, second point. Commitment builds momentum. And okay, so it's important to be committed. You have to be committed if you want to achieve your goals. So once you're clear on your vision, the next step is staying committed, even if it gets boring, hard, or slow, because it's gonna happen, guys. This business is like everything, like any other business. It's gonna have its ups and downs. And maybe, you're gonna think, oh, this training is too long, it's never ending, or it's too hard, I can't do it. But you have to stick to it. You have to remember your why. Always remember why you started something, and that's the fuel that is gonna give you that energy to keep going. So commitment isn't about motivation, it's about consistency. So, not every day you're going to wake up motivated and full of energy and yeah, today I'm going to do this. Commitment is not going to get you there. What's going to get you there is, motivation is not going to get you there. What's going to get you there is the consistency, right? Every day you take small actions that are going to get you closer to your goal. What are you going to do today to get closer to that? Are you going to do follow-ups? Are you going to reach out to your warm market? Are you going to do maybe a video, video ad? Maybe you're going to do some, creative postings about your business. What are you going to do today to get closer to your goal? Maybe you're going to do your training. Maybe you're going to take a course. I don't know, but you have to do something, right? So you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep showing up. And at the beginning, we tend to get discouraged. At least I got discouraged at the beginning because I felt like I had nothing to offer. I felt like I had, no clue of what I was doing. I just felt like I didn't have the answers, right? But when you take the time to show up, it really matters.
Jesse, you want to take over?
Yes, of course. Baby Cole. So this, all right. So we talk about the first point. Now we know our vision, we know what we want. Okay, so we ask ourselves and we answer, okay, this is what I want. So now our next step is get commitment, so we can build that momentum. So now we have to do something to make it happen, because it's not just about thinking this is what I want and then don't do nothing. Okay, so now I'm feeling myself a little behind. You can hear me good?
Yeah, yeah, I can
Oh,
hear
okay,
you. It's
okay.
fine. No,
My
you're
internet is
good.
like going slow, but that's okay as long as you guys hear me.
Yeah,
So,
you're fine.
uh, so now we know what we want. Okay, now we have to take action. Okay, it's about what we have to do. There are different ways to get commitment. So first of all, you can make time for yourself for whatever you want to make it happen. In this case, we're talking about business, but remember, you can use this information to any of your life, anything that you can use it on your life. Okay, so let's go for an example. You guys know that I love examples, crazy examples. If you want, okay, I want to get healthy, I want to, like, you could have the six pack, so that's what I want. But now I had to take action. Now I have to say, okay, maybe every Tuesdays and Thursday, oh, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I should go to the gym. Okay, so I'm taking action about my vision. I need to do something. If I cannot commit that, maybe I can walk every day for like 30 minutes. I need to do something to make it happen. That's what it's all about, guys. Okay, so on our business, what are the things that you can do to build that momentum? To keep committing. There are different ways, and there are people different paths, but one of the things that we all encourage, we have on Wednesday, we have our millionaire mastermind. So you committed to it, so you spend a little bit of time with other business. What is new, what's going on, what up they are on the training, and other things you can keep committing. It's like, putting yourself once a week for like 3 hours or 4 hours, or every day for 30 minutes. I'm going to do a training about something different that I don't know. That's another way to keep committed. Another way is, we all have events, and we also have, I don't know how you call that. I call events in my English and Spanish, but it's not seminar. I don't know. When we get together, let's call it events just in case. Conference. We also have conference and events. Sorry. So and you commit to assist to one of those ones that are close to you, or maybe that you want to like keep learning, get inspired, because it's good. Another way to keep committing is, surround yourself for people. They are doing the same, they're looking for the same goal. So now you're surrounded by all these amazing people. They have the same fire for you. They have the same goal. They want something on life, similar to what you want. So that's another way to keep committing. There is different small actions that we can do on this business to keep committing. But of course, you can use it on your daily life, as I said before. And other things that you can do keep committing is, like, I think we talk about this always, is, celebrate the small wins. Celebrate anything that you're able to achieve. You were able to do a post, congratulations, you can do it. That's something that I learned. I never appreciate myself about that. You show up for an event, wow, I show up. You give it to yourself. So that's something that I learned, that was just that I wasn't appreciating the work that I was doing. So you keep that, you don't keep that building a momentum, because if you feel that you are doing it, of course you're going to share for other people. So that moment, that feel, that small fire is going to start growing. So that is what it's all about it. I started um burn out, working exhausted as a nurse, like not having time for myself or even for my partner. We were seeing barely each other on our normal life, and we were living together because we all have working. So I was committed that I didn't want that, so I made my goal. So now what I have to do about it, what I have to do in this business to make it happen. And step by step and getting there. I have now more time. I have times I'm at home doing things by myself, actually having time with with the people that I love, I didn't have that before, but that's, what I have it because I kept committed, I didn't need to be perfect. That's something that came out wrong. I was like, oh, for together, I need to have everything figured out. No, I make it happen a little by little. I make it happen step by step, and I celebrated everything that it made me to become who I am now. So I have more time freedom. It's not where I want to be yet, but I'm working on it and I'm getting there. So yes, so being committed is really important, and it's something that you have to work to keep going that momentum. Because remember, you can have the spark, a rain pass by, and you can turn it off. I think that's how you say it, but so that spark is gone. So you have to keep that spark going so you can make a shelter. So when it rains, you're good. Your fire keep going. So that's it.
Do you want to add something more, Isabel, or you want me to continue?
Continue, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Just,
sorry, Sandy. We have
mhm.
another person here with us.
Uh,
We have a baby.
yes. So just to add to what Isabel and Jesse mentioned to this point, so pretty much, when we talk about commitment builds momentum. To build that commitment, which is being consistent, is creating that habit, that discipline. Um, and this doesn't happen overnight, okay? This is something that you're gonna be struggling at the beginning, which is normal. But eventually, because you're showing up, even if you're not, uh, if you're tired or something, but you're showing up every day, eventually that habit, that effort that you're making is gonna paid out, because you're gonna create that habit. Okay, so yes, you're gonna be struggling at the beginning, but then after that you're gonna create that habit and it's gonna be something normal to you. So creating that consistency. The second thing, like, we always have to show up no matter what, show up on your business, because that's how you build trust, with your audience. And they can see that, you're showing up, even if you sometimes it might be a busy day, um, that you don't have time, or sometimes, you might be sick, but like, if you post something on your business page, at least you have something and you show up on that day, you know to your business. It's like what it says on the third point, small daily actions compound into massive results. So even if it is, well, that day you only did one thing out of the three, at least you did one of those and you show up for your business. So when another thing that we say about this, every small thing that you contribute to your business or to your life, because this can apply to life too, to whatever you're aiming to, or vision, to, um, every little effort that you do, it compounds and it gets you closer to what you want to achieve. I think we have some. Okay, no. So, um, so that's what I would say about that. So every little thing counts. So, and like Jesse mentioned, celebrate those small wins. Write it down in a journal, because when you feel that, feel down, because we're gonna have like, this journey is ups and downs. Okay, so when you feel down, you can go back to that journal where you wrote every little small milestone that you reach, and that will give you that fuel to come back, because you say, okay, so I have come so far, and I have achieved all this. So let's keep going to achieve more milestones along the way. So that's going to help you, to continue to be focused on your vision, and to be committed and to motivated, whatever you have achieved in the past. Um, so the last one here, like, success doesn't come from intensity, it's not the amount that you put, but it's the consistency, like showing up every day, creating that habit, that discipline, of doing the work that you're supposed to do, that's what it will take you to success. So it's not the amount that you put. No, it's not really that. It's the be consistent, creating that discipline, that habit. And that's the hard part. But like I mentioned, it is feasible. You're going to struggle at the beginning, but once you create that, then you will be able to create that habit and that discipline. Okay, so point number 3, I think it's you, Jesse.
All right, so point number 3, review, refocus, and repeat. Okay, the 3R, let's call it. Okay, so clarity and commitment are not one time things, You need to check it in with your vision regularly. Some people say, okay, I'm going to post, like I'm going to make 100 posts, and they make the 100 posts in one day. Do you think you are going to achieve your goals like that? You're not going to show up for the other 5 days of the week? Do you think people will make you think that you're trusted? No. Even if you make it like the 100 posts in one day, and then you disappear for another week or for another whole month or a whole year, it's no commitment. It's just one thing. It's nothing that will make an impact. Okay? So that's what we're telling you. Review, refocus, and then repeat. It's something you have to do continuously. Okay? So we have to do weekly check-ins, what worked this week, what didn't work, what can adjust this week, what is working right now. Like let's see, for example, on our business, let's see, did I make an ad, or did I make a post or something that I can contact to people, they can reach more people around the world. Did it work? Did I got reactions? Did I got mensages? Did I got a result from it? I did not. Okay, then maybe I wasn't, like, I have to review it again. Like, maybe it's not the right post. Maybe I'm not presenting myself clear. Maybe my message is not clear enough, or people don't understand what I'm saying. So let's redo it. Let's see what is better, because actually this one is not working. Same thing. I go back to the gym part, because I say the gym example on the previous point. So I started going to the gym and I went crazy. The all my push up. You guys can see I'm not a gym lady, so I don't even know what to say. But I did all my things in one day, and then I will hope to have results for the whole year. No, that doesn't work. Or if I'm doing something, let's say I'm doing legs, I'm doing this and that, I have to review it. Did it working? Maybe I will start measuring myself, but maybe it's going to start weighing myself, do I can see the progress. Maybe if I don't see the progress, maybe it's not working. Maybe instead of 5 minutes, maybe I need to do a little bit more, maybe 20, maybe 30. So you guys make the idea? You guys get it? Okay. So celebrate the small wins. I think we already talked about this, because you know why? They keep you motivated, because you believe you can do it. You believe in yourself, and you feel like you're getting close to your goal. That's it. Remind yourself, why did I start this? Who I'm doing this for. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my family. Do I want to feel healthy? Do I want to have time freedom? Do I want to fire my job, my boss? Do I want to travel? What do I want? And then keep reminding yourself, I want time freedom. I want financial freedom. I want to travel. I want to take time with my mom. This is what I want. If you keep telling yourself, you keep believing it, that you can keep achieving that. Okay, let's go to the sample. Every time I feel stuck or distracted, I pause and ask, is this taking me closer or further from my vision? Read again, guys. This is a really good question. This is something that I learned, because this question is going to make you bring back. It will take you to stop for a moment. Sometimes, we go so crazy in one thing, and we just need one moment to see the mistake, or maybe we just need one moment to celebrate. That's what it's all about it, to still focus, so we can know if we can repeat it, because sometimes you're doing something, but you don't see it then maybe what you're doing is not getting your results. Maybe what you're doing is not getting you where you want. So that's what is important, reviewing. Reviewing what I'm doing, maybe in a week, maybe in a month. So, and I think we all do that at some point, because even when you're, for everyone, when you're on the space, when you start doing advertising and things, you have to review your ad. Is this working? Do I'm wasting my money? Do I'm contacting people? It's about reviewing, so you can refocus, or see what you learn and make it better this time. And then when you get it, then what you're going to do? Repeat, 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 repeat. That's what it's all about. It. So remember, 3R: review, refocus, and repeat.
Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, this other point is really good as well, right? Because clarity and commitment are not a one-time thing. Like anything in life, you don't do one thing and then it's gonna, change the way that you're living or whatever. It's like, kids when they're starting to talk, and you don't just tell them one time, this is how you say water, because they're gonna forget. You have to tell them again and again till they learn it. So it's not a one-time thing. You have to keep going, and you have to really uh, what do you call it? Have that clear vision, and see it. Always recheck, revisit that vision, and feel like you're doing something to get closer to that, right? So a weekly check-in is what worked, what didn't, and what can I adjust. So this is something you have to do, either weekly or monthly. Checking with your vision, like what worked this week, the things, the task that you had for this week. Did it work? Did it get you closer? What do you need to change? What do you need to adjust to get closer to that? And then celebrate all your small wins, because they keep you motivated, right? Sometimes we feel like we're not really gaining anything. We feel like we don't have any wins. But if you take the time to really think about, if you're writing all the things that you're doing, then you're going to see, okay, well, today or this week I did this that really helped me. Maybe you need to focus and do a little more of that, or do more of something similar to that, right? And remind yourself, why did I start? And who am I doing this for, right? And your why is the reason why you started. And like Sandy said at the beginning, if your why doesn't make you cry, then maybe it's not strong enough. And if you're procrastinating, and if every day you get distracted and you do other things before you start doing your business, then maybe you don't have the right goal, right? Maybe you don't have the right why, maybe you don't have the right vision. So you have to really think about these things. If you are trying to make impact, if you're really trying to change um, the life that you have now, you have to be clear on your vision, and you have to know who and why you're doing that for, right? And then the example here, Jesse explained it very well. Every time I feel stuck or distracted, I pause and I ask, is this taking me closer or further from my vision? So we have to really ask ourselves all the time, because like at the beginning, I was feeling very stuck when I got close to advertising, because I felt like, I didn't know what to do for advertisement. And so I was stuck, and I got distracted. Like for a whole year, I didn't do anything with my business because I didn't know what to do with that advertisement. But, one day I asked myself again, why did I start? And the things that I'm doing now, are they getting me closer? So, the answer was no. I had to start doing my advertisement. And so I started doing it. Was it perfect? Was it good? No, it wasn't good. I don't know how many ads I had to put up. And yes, I got reactions or whatever, but I wasn't getting any leads. So you really have to stick with the vision and see if the things that you're doing are getting you closer to that vision. And then you don't need new goals, you need renewed focus. Because your goals, I'm sure if you had a strong goal at the beginning, something you really wanted, then you have the right goal, right? But you have to really focus. You have to find new ways to get closer to that goal. And, like I said, every day is challenging. Every day we have distractions. There's so much distractions around us, even on social media. Sometimes, I have caught myself, like I go in to do something, and as soon as I go either to the computer or to the phone, there's something already on the screen, and I spend time doing that or answering that instead of going to do the thing that I said I was going to do. So we really have to be mindful of the things that we're doing and stay away from distractions.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. Jesse, I love the what you mentioned, the three R's. That's pretty cool. Um, so pretty much, Isabel and Jesse mentioned here, about this point. What I can see, just to summarize, what we say, where we talk about here. Oh, before I go into that, we have a comment here from Mildred Millie Quintia, watching from Toronto. Thank you, Mildred. Thank you for watching. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
for
comment.
watching.
Yeah, what I would say here is that, uh, think of it as we mentioned, you have a vision, right? And then you write down how the steps that will take you to that vision. So the steps, sometimes they're not set as stone. It's like any business, you have some strategies to get to move your business. But then, like you have to check your, like we say here, like weekly check-ins. You have to see what is working, what is not. And then if something is not working, then find another strategy to get you there. So you have to do that weekly. Sometimes you have to do it daily. There's some people who do it like every day at nighttime before they go into bed. They see, what things were working, what didn't, and they plan their day for the next day. So they already know what they're going to be doing the next day. So that's another tip if you guys want to implement that. But yeah, you have to really have strategies, and those strategies are going to be changing as you go through. Some of them are going to be working, some of them might not be working. But that's part of the journey, because things changes, things are not set as stone, or black or white. you know we have to modify and to find ways, to keep us ourselves on track to be able to achieve that vision. But the vision will remain the same. But like we mentioned before, you really have to have a strong vision. Because if you don't have a strong vision, that makes you cry. When we say, we don't have to be so dramatic, but sometimes, like it has to be kind of dramatic. But the reason why we say that is because, you can have a vision, and yes, you say, oh, I want to do this, but does it really move you? Does it really fool you, to keep going? That's the question. So if that's not pushing it, you gotta find something that is gonna make you rethink, I have to do this because there's no other way out, this is my only choice. So that's the vision that is gonna keep you moving forward. Like for example, just to give you an example of immigrants, sometimes, the parents come to Canada. I'll just give you an example for my dad. Okay, he came before us. His vision was to bring his family to Canada, you know and he did it. Like people say, like, you're not going to be able to do that in 1 year to bring your family, you know but he had a vision, and he worked day and night, towards that vision, and he brought us the next year, and he did it. But why? Because that vision, is made him cry, make him work for it, to make to bring us here to where we are today. So you really have to find your true vision, your true why you're doing this. And once you do it, that's going to keep you on track, because you're going to work hard for that. Okay, so that's what I want to add for that point. So review, refocus, and repeat what you're doing. Okay, so what are the key takeaways of this topic?
Okay. Focus, vision, unshakable commitment. You were given a vision for a reason. Don't let distractions, doubt, or delay keep you from building the life that you deserve. And again, you have to really focus on staying away from your distractions, right? So many distractions. And get clear on your why, commit to process, not just the result, and refocus often and keep moving forward. So uh, your dreams needs your discipline, your future needs your focus, and your vision isn't impossible if you stay aligned and committed. So remember, we I think we all have a vision, but it was given to us for a reason. If it was given to us and we see it, and we can see ourselves there, it's because we can achieve it. But you have to be disciplined enough to put the work in and make it happen.
Yeah. So we have arrived to the end of our live. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, also thank you to our followers. Thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. For those who doesn't follow us, you can follow us up here on the top to get to know us a little bit more, who we are and what type of content we put. We do have some like emojis here from Phoebe Magwal, Kisuba Kan, and Celestine Niyobuhingiro. We also have a heart emoji from Mildred Quintia and Eileen Takata. So thank you everyone for all your likes and heart emojis and for your comments and for engaging, watching us today. So um, okay. If you if you like this topic, if it inspire you, if it gives you some insight, um, just let us know in the comments if you like it. What is it that you like the most of what we say today, or if there's something that you learned today, or if you want to share something that we didn't mention here, but like you want to add to the topic that we shared today, also put it in the comment and let us know. Um, Saying that let's if you want to learn how you can start your online business, all you have to do is register in any of the websites that appear on the screen, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar, which we have one tonight at 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register for the live webinar. That link will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. And the second link that you get there is for the replay link. So just in case you cannot attend our live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay of the live webinar. So in addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, when you you probably wonder, what am I going to watch on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to learn how our online business plan works. And also you get to hear from the panelists who are members of our community who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who are the hosts and panelists for tonight's live webinar.
Okay, so for today's live webinar, remember it's at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And our host is Elena. She's a job quitter now and a full-time mom. Remedios is a full-time care manager. Lori is a digital or a digital business owner, and Meg is a contractor.
We also have Maria. She's an office manager and realtor. We had Tisorin, a hospital professional. And we also have Prativa, a nurse educator. So all these people are going to be on a live webinar. Remember, today, May 15. So the times are 5 p.m. PDT or 8 p.m. EST. So if you want to learn about the online space and get inspired and know how to start, a successful online business, just register with your name and email to any of our websites.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. Yes, and as you see, we also have a job quitter tonight. In the house tonight, we are so grateful for the job creator, and as you see, we have people from different backgrounds who decided to take that leap of faith to change their life and their family's life. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is register in any of the websites that will appear on the screen. Now, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinars have subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. Okay, so now let's find out what is our topic for next Thursday.
So our topic for next Thursday is time freedom. How to build a life you don't need a vacation from. Isn't this amazing? We want this. So if you want to learn a little bit about it and we want to know our inputs and ideas about this, just remember next Thursday on Latin Voices, we were talking about it.
Yes, so we're going to talk about how to use your time wisely, set boundaries, and build a lifestyle that gives you freedom, not just income. So that's what we're going to be talking. So what we have for the audience?
Okay, guys, comment below what's your current vision and what's one commitment you're making this week to move closer to it. Let's get laser focused together. Let us know in the comments what is your vision and what is one commitment you're making this week to get closer to that. So we will be reading your comments. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So see you in the next edition or next episode of the Latin Voices. So we have arrived to the end. So we want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Thursday for those who are on Thursday, and a happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you everyone for being here with us today. And until the next episode of the
Latin
Latin voices.
Voices.
Bye everyone. Thank you for watching. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye bye.